everyone, my name is Mandy Tyikwe. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Lastly, we spoke about the beauty within a woman and the bold woman still beautiful. Today's topic is going to be the beast within the woman. If we're to define the beast within a woman, is the one who has got a very crude personality, and being around that person can be very, very daunting. Now, let's go straight to the characteristics of this beast. The beast manifests itself in the following manner, and I'm going to list all those things. The woman is angry. There are days, if that person is your friend or a colleague, that you know that if she is in that mood, then no one wants to speak to that person on that day. The second person, that person is hostile, resentful, everything, is not looking good. Is resenting everything that she has ever done in life. Is full of hate for no reason. You find that person having a lot of enemies around her. And with those enemies, it's difficult to even forgive. Full of unforgiveness, judgmental. By judgmental, I mean always finding fault with other people. No one does anything right in front of them. You find that person, even if a woman has done well, maybe a woman was presenting somewhere, there's always going to be something that person says, the speech was good, but only if she didn't say what she did say. There's always something bad, that her eyes are always looking at something bad, not anything good. These people, you see them by being ungrateful. Wherever they are, they're not satisfied. You put them in a group of something, they mess up that group because they are always not happy about how this group is being conducted. You put them in church, you say, okay, please be in this group and do ushering or do anything. There will always be commotion. As soon as she joins that group, there will be commotion because she will not be happy about anything that happens in that group. You say, start the song, we're going to sing this song this week, and then she's going to say all the reasons why that song is bad for that week. Most of these people will lie just to make sure that their message is heard. The character of other people, they like or enjoy talking about someone else to say, oh, the life of that person has gone so bad. You know, the way that person dresses up, she doesn't have style. You hear them talking about those comments to say, no, she broke up, she has just divorced. All these negative things. She's just lost a job. Wherever she is around, she will always be updated about such stories that humiliate other people. That person is also vindictive in that she will plan to revenge to other people all the time. If she is unhappy with anyone, she will think, how am I going to get myself back to this person? It's not wishing anybody any good. If someone gets a promotion, there will be a reason why that person got a promotion. That, oh no, it's because she's friends with that panel, or she's friends with the boss, or anything. That person cannot just be promoted because she is not looking positively in anything. Selfish, prioritizing herself in everything. If you're to ask for a favor, a big favor, you have to really beg, or there must be something that she must benefit for that person to help you. She cannot just selflessly give or do something voluntarily, but will always want to be begged if she needs to help. If you're around her, she will always say hurtful things about other people. And even yourself, the comments that come out of her mouth, it's like you are being spied by a very, very sharp object in your heart. She's not willing to serve anyone. She's not willing to sacrifice for anyone. And most of the time, this person has no respect, cannot approach others. It's easy, it's easy for that person to throw a fight, and always wants to talk to people and say, don't think I'm scared of you. Loves money because she can't give. Manipulative, for other relationships to work, whether it's a man's relationship or a friend's relationship or a relative's relationship. That relationship must work because of manipulation. She will get close to you only to get something or to benefit something. Her relationships are not straightforward. It's either there's money that's going to flow, or there's a job, or there's any other thing. Or she wants your friend, so she must befriend you first so that she can help this friend. And most of those people love famous people. They want to be associated with famous people that they don't know. It takes them, to get someone who knows someone for them to get close to those people. They're dangerous, very dangerous. They can plot against you. They can set you up with other men, in a very bad way. They can set you up at work. They can set you up with the family and cause commotion. And the worst part of them is that when they set you up, they will always get those other people to trust them so that they wouldn't mention anything about you. So they are pretentious most of the time in their acts. They are copycats. If you buy this dress, they want it. If you buy a car, they want to make sure that they buy a car that is more beautiful or more expensive than yours. Competitive, competing about simple things. I've seen people competing about even giving birth. When a friend says, I've conceived, then that person will say, I want a child. I must make sure that I conceive. That's how bad it is, guys. They always portray themselves to be these nice people sometimes, and you can fall for that trap, and yet they are so cunning and dangerous. They intimidate most of the time some other people. They put on a mask all the time. You can never tell what they are thinking. They suck information like you would never believe. It's easy for them to interview you unaware and suck information out of you and go and twist that information to some other people. They are self-righteous. There's nothing that's wrong about them. Everything that they do is right. No one can correct them. If they are corrected, they are offended because they always think they're right. They've got a very controlling spirit. If they've got friends, friends must bow down at them because they are controlling. Everything must be about them, what they want to do. If it's not their way, then there is no way. Full of pride, as I said before, never apologize at any given point in time. Their relationships work with great efforts because they try to manipulate all the time for them to survive for each day. Difficulty in submitting to anyone. It's easy for them to quit in certain circumstances because since they are full of pride, it's difficult for them to adjust in certain situations. But the funny thing is that they can fall for abusers or people that they can abuse. Their choices sometimes are very funny. And then, over and above that, they are jealous. They're jealous of everyone. They're jealous in the manner that you look. It's difficult for them to admire anyone. If they're looking at you, if let's say I'm wearing this red ribbon, then the same person is going to say, no, if this ribbon at least was green or white, it would be okay. But it's just a way to tone you down. It's just a way to say, you look good, but you don't look good anyway. In their homes, they are hoarders. It's difficult for them to give out anything. You find the wardrobes so full, they don't want to give anything. You find their kitchens a mess, and some of them don't even cope in marriages. They quit. They move from relationship to relationship. They quit because they can't stand anyone else. They want to be full of themselves most of the time. Now, having said that, I want us to be able to demonstrate how do these characteristics that I have mentioned border onto the videos that I've done before. As I said, there's nothing wrong in being bold. There's nothing wrong in being bold. But now, when you are bold and it gets, you get too full of yourself, you get pompous, then it would mean that you do not depend on anyone. That's why you end up not looking at others, with value, because you see yourself only and no one else. Then you start not respecting people, you start approaching people anyhow, you start, talking anyhow to other people. Then you begin to border to you being a beast. Started so well being bold, but now the fullness of yourself becomes too much that you end up having an ugly personality. Also, sometimes with the calm women, you find yourself being so calm, and sometimes people say hurtful things to you. Then you end up small, getting smaller and smaller within yourself, and then it starts by having a low self-esteem. Then the low self-esteem now hits you so hard that you end up not able to see the beauty in other people. Then you start being jealous. Then you start being negative because you see yourself so small and you don't want to see other people doing great things. You don't want to see other people beautiful. You want to see other people being admired because you've got low self-esteem. So once it borders to that, not being confident in yourself, then your personality changes. You become colder and colder. Even when you are bold, you've got so many disputes around you. You end up losing a lot of friends. Then even your heart gets so colder. You find yourself alone. You find yourself rejected by a lot of people because of the manner that you are treating people. Then now, that coldness and loneliness then ends up being a beast within yourself, because now there's a new you growing up, which is becoming a very, very bad person. You are very insecure. You are fearful now. You are hiding behind the facade all the time. The friendships around you, your marriage, work, anything around you now becomes so cold. And it's difficult to be around a woman like that. In closing, I want to ask ourselves a few questions to say, as I said before, may my toughness and my boldness not border into being a beast. May everything that I do reduces as much battles. This you start by practicing the acts that are good. You start, appreciating people. You start listening to people. You start with small acts that will, change your heart when you meet with the other people. In closing, ladies, I would like to say there's still hope. That from the place that you have seen yourself being this mean, aggressive person, that personality can still change. You just need each and every morning to reflect, to say, how was yesterday? What went wrong with that person? Was it necessary for me to shout? Was it necessary to be confrontational? Couldn't I have left it? There are so many things that you can reflect on based on the traits and personality. If you are angry with anyone or you have enemies, can I just go and be at peace with that person and we apologize? Maybe it's a very important family member that you don't talk anymore. Why don't you start with those few things? Then you can see your life starting to flourish just by going to that person and saying, I'm sorry. With those few words, ladies, I would like to charge us to say, let's remain being beautiful. Let's know that being a beast is not a permanent feature within us. Take each day as it comes. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just take each day as it comes. And you will be so happy when you realize that some of the battles, there was really no need for them. And you can begin to enjoy life. Thank you so much for listening.